Welcome back, everyone, to another Explainer. Today, we're literally turning our own spaces into a full-blown science lab for, honestly, one of my favorite experiments, the purple cabbage natural pH indicator. So if you're the kind of person who loves a hands-on project, the kind that reveals the invisible chemistry hiding right there next to your leftovers, you are in for an absolute treat today. We're going to unlock some truly incredible hidden properties. Let's get right into it.
Okay, so let's dive into this. Did you know you've got a secret chemical laboratory hiding right inside your fridge? I mean, we so often think of chemistry as something confined to, sterile, bright white rooms filled with fancy glass tubes and super expensive machines. But the reality is that everyday kitchen items hold these absolutely incredible scientific secrets, just waiting to be unlocked. You really just need to know how to look for them. Now, we're focusing on a very special hidden property today. And our main subject? The humble purple cabbage, or, sometimes people call it red cabbage. But extracting that super vibrant color from its leaves, it isn't just about making a pretty liquid. No, it's about creating what scientists call a natural pH indicator. Basically, we're going to brew a sort of chemical detective, one that shifts and changes colors completely dramatically when it interacts with different substances. It's almost like magic.
But before we start our extraction, we got to gather our scientific tools. It's kind of like gathering ingredients for a magic potion. You'll need some fresh purple cabbage leaves, a clear glass or plastic bowl. Clear is important so you can actually see the reactions happen, a strainer, and a few small, clear testing cups. Now, crucially, you're going to need hot water, specifically near boiling hot water. That intense heat is exactly what we need to steep those leaves and properly extract that rich pigment. And finally, just grab some test materials from around the house. We want acidic things like lemon juice or vinegar, and basic things like liquid soap or maybe some baking soda dissolved in water.
All right, let me guide you through the procedure step by step. First things first, chop your cabbage leaves into really small pieces. We're doing this to maximize the surface area exposed to the water. Next, very carefully, pour that near boiling hot water over the cabbage until it's completely covered. The intense heat of the water is the absolute key here, guys. It rushes in, quickly breaks down those tough plant cells, and just efficiently draws out our natural dye. Then you just have to practice some patience. Give it about 10 to 15 minutes. You'll actually watch the water transform into this deep, dark, transparent purple color. It's super cool. Finally, strain the liquid into a large cup, leaving those exhausted leaves behind. What you are holding in your hands right now is your master indicator liquid. Let's move on and see how this builds, because with our dark purple indicator liquid brewed, the real fun begins. This is where you get to step into the role of the chemist. So go ahead and pour a little bit of that master liquid into your small, clear testing cups. And get ready, because we're about to reveal the hidden chemical nature of the everyday kitchen items we just gathered.
Now, what's really interesting here is the dramatic visual contrast we get depending on the additive. Check this out. When you drop vinegar or lemon juice into the purple liquid, it instantly flashes to this vibrant, brilliant red or pink. That bright color, that tells us the additive is highly acidic. But, and here's the cool part, if you drop in dissolved baking soda or liquid soap, the liquid shifts to a totally different end of the color spectrum. It turns this gorgeous blue or even green. That means it's alkaline or basic. And what if you just add pure clean water? Well, it stays perfectly purple. Why? Because pure water is entirely neutral. It essentially creates a perfect visual map of pH levels right there on your counter.
So we've seen the color shift, but let's pull back the curtain for a second. What is physically happening at the molecular level inside those little cups to cause such wild, instantaneous color changes? It's time to look at the structural mechanics of this reaction so we can truly understand the underlying chemistry here.
So the crucial point is that the real hero of our story is a completely natural pigment called anthocyanin. Anthocyanin, I know it's a bit of a mouthful, but it's a totally brilliant little compound. Anthocyanin is the specific organic molecule that gives the cabbage its distinct purple color in the first place. And as it turns out, it happens to be incredibly sensitive to pH levels. It's literally the central catalyst of our entire experiment, just standing by and reacting chemically to whatever substances it encounters.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly how it works. When you introduce acidic molecules, like say the citric acid found in lemon juice, they physically interact with the anthocyanin molecules. This interaction actually changes the physical shape and the chemical structure of the pigment, which causes it to bounce red light back to our eyes. On the flip side, alkaline molecules, like the ones in your baking soda, they interact entirely differently. They literally twist the anthocyanin into a brand new structure, one that absorbs the red wavelengths and reflects blue or green light to our eyes instead.
It is literal structural chemistry happening right before your very eyes.
Which brings us to a fascinating final thought. If a simple purple cabbage from the grocery store is hiding this kind of incredible color-shifting chemistry, what other vegetables or flowers in your garden might be hiding secret natural pH indicators? Just think about it. Red onions, blueberries, or maybe even certain colorful flower petals like hydrangeas. I strongly encourage you to keep exploring, keep testing, and just keep finding the extraordinary, everyday chemistry hiding all around you in your own kitchens and backyards. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.